picks up his 10th career stage win and his second of the season. For Hendrick Motorsports, ahead of Denny Hamlin, Daniel Suarez, Ricky Stenhouse, and Eric Jones. 4 Chevrolets in the top 5, led by this young man from Charlotte. Race car heads for pit road, and here they come to the
all set up, boys.
5, ready, high up the front, still tight up the front, quarter out the front.
Joe ain't got no help.
Still one. Let's keep top here. 1 back to the 34.
Well, that sounds like Daytona and Talladega, doesn't it?
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, we talk about intense. It's intense for these guys on the roof. They got a lot going on today. Go through a few batteries, I believe, on that radio.
Well, and as we get towards the end of this race, all that communication, it's got to be locked solid. You have to, when it's clear, you have to make a reaction quick as a driver. He's got to be on point with his communication, those calls. These runs happen fast.
All right, we talk about Daytona super speedways. We're here in Atlanta. This is a super speedway now. Dylan, and who's behind him? Bubba Wallace and Michael McDowell. Those guys all run good at Daytona, these super speedways.
Yeah, I haven't really seen Cindric.
We need some Ryan Blaney up there, too.
Just like you said, Daytona
Where's Ryan at?
winter car was extremely fast. A lot of grip
What about
for
Denny?
him at the Daytona.
That's why we're going to take you side by side. With 122 laps complete in Atlanta, Kevin Harvick and Martin Truex.
Yes, sir. Harvick out front, baby.
Now finds himself in 11th after this in the whole race.
Well, Kevin looks a little bit indecisive here, like he was going to go.
He just got blown out to dry there in the dryer.
For Bell, and then Mark Truex Jr. just said, "Oh, if you're going to take the outside, I'm going to go to the inside," and then that put Kevin Harvick right in the middle, 3 wide.
I don't know if Tim told him, inside already, and that's why he didn't hold it down, try to block the 19, but it definitely, that's what created that situation to get 3 wide. I don't think Truex really had a choice at that point.
It sent Harvick back to 12th place. He's since regained 3 of those positions.
He's 8th now.
Once he lost that lead, I definitely noticed the instability in Kevin Harvick's car, so he needs to get that track position and be up front.
Ricky Stenhouse becomes the 13th different driver to lead this race.
How about Justin Haley right behind him? We talk about new winners and new faces and new places. There's a new cat right here.
There's going to be
Is
some
it stage 1 winner? Second?
Those tires.
3rd, 4th, so on.
Ricky Stenhouse had Haley all.
Track. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman she been doing to me?
This time collecting a lot more cars.
Yeah, when you're up front like that, they're 2 wide stacked behind you. See Tyler Reddick in the outside. Right here, the car's going to wiggle. Looks to me like a right rear tire going down.
Yeah, something dragging. Right, skid plate. Larson around. Done.
Really enjoying a rough ride there. Kyle Larson got turned. Joey Logano was in it. Christopher Bell.
Watch what this does, how everybody's scrambling for position, stacking everybody up.
The middle, lower.
Nice job making it 2.
Chase Elliott made it through.
It's right to Kevin Harvick.
And something broke.
That'll get your heart rate up.
Something bottomed out.
Nothing he could do. But you could see the car drop down, almost like the wheel when the tire went down, the wheel digging into the racetrack right in front of Kurt Busch.
Or you see the rim. Definitely a tire was down. That's that bottom skid plate they have on.
So we're under caution at lap 146. What a great time to welcome Hall of Famer, Cy Young Award winner, Atlanta Brave World Series star, and Fox lead baseball analyst John Smoltz to the booth.
Yeah, how about that? Right?
Your heart rate up after that?
Yeah, that's
It's like a clearing the bench situation in baseball, right?
been in a few of those. It's definitely the heart gets racing.
So what do you think? I mean, you're here in Atlanta, your first NASCAR race. Been pretty great racing out there. What do you think so far?
I've missed a lot. This is my first race. That's been telling me how much I've had a blast, and I've missed a lot. You know, my schedule takes me all over the place.
6 to 10, 10 to 15, and lots more.
With this kind of racing, it can be anything.
Regan.
So maybe like 5 to 10.
Big changes on that car.
To the interstate steer.
Very happy with
Try
it.
from now to the interstate steer.
Ricky Styles Jr.'s been good. Needs more rear grip after that run. He's sliding the back. Jamie?
William Byron
I would
says
say 10 to
balance in that car
15.
really good right now. Good stop for him as well. The 20 of Christopher Bell. They stayed out last time. He's led 16 laps today. Much better that run. No adjustments. 4 tires. Woo, that was tight.
William Byron first off pit road with 2 tires. Harvick, Blaney, and Almirola. And Eric Jones all with big gains on that pit stop. 13 cars were involved in that incident down the front straightaway. We'll give you a look at the
Harvick's Mobile 1.
PJ McLeod is your leader here in Atlanta. It's too fast exiting pit road, and Daniel Suarez pitting out of the box, which used to be a 1-lap penalty, and now it's a tail end of the longest line. Monster Energy Toyota, Larry has more.
A splitter
Yeah,
cam.
Mike, one thing that NASCAR did, they went with the rules package here for Atlanta because of the speeds. Let's go to our Ford Performance Cutaway car, and let's talk about the rear spoiler. Of course, that affects aero drag as far as rear downforce. So here at Atlanta, just like Daytona and Talladega, 7 inches tall. Everywhere else, like the West Coast swing, only 4 inches. So this 4 here. Great cooperation on both lines. Harvick and Blaney on the outside, William Byron, Eric Jones on the inside. Harvick and Blaney are still together though, and look at the advantage.
Well, they made that look easy.
Kyle Busch returned to pit road for repairs to the right rear. Tyler Reddick has been released from pit road. And here they come with Harvick in front of Blaney, Byron, and Eric Jones.
Well, the 18 still on pit road, so now he's going to lose all those laps.
Told you Blaney be up there, boys. Blaney gonna win today.
Last restart, we saw the leader, William Byron, take the inside lane. That didn't work out so well for him. First time we've seen the leader take the inside. Kevin Harvick going to the outside. And to me, it's not as much about the lane, it's who's pushing, right? You just want somebody that you
I like that with Blaney up there.
Most aggressive push to get you out there and get clear. That's exactly what happened to Kevin Harvick.
That's just if you're up front in that conversation. If you're back here when you're seeing these guys now it's the spotter communicating, all right, is there 6 in the outside, 4 in the other, I'm taking the inside with 4. You're just trying to gain track positions, all you can do.
We're almost going to have the exact same scenarios we did the last time. Kevin Harvick in the outside lane with Blaney behind him, and Eric Jones is going to be pushing the 24 car, William Byron.
You know, every professional sport requires hair-trigger decision-making and reaction. John Smoltz was in the booth with us, the Hall of Famer. How long do you think it takes a John Smoltz fastball from when it leaves his fingers to when it gets to the batter?
2.5 seconds.
Faster. I'm under.
A third of a second.
What?
2.5 seconds? That's if you throw it.
I thought it was a lot further.
I think I could call a game if it was 2.5 seconds. And here comes the pitch. Yeah. Jeff Gordon, is it? There he comes.
Shows you how much
winding
baseball
up.
I played.
2.5 seconds.
Best of all, not been so very, very good to you.
That's a long time. 2.5
Chico
seconds.
Escuela. Here we come. With 160 laps complete. Green flag. Harvick Blaney trying to edge ahead to turn 1.
again, have a good combination with Blaney pushing, staying right on him, locked to the bumper.
See the side draft right there. Kind of disconnected the 12 from the 4. Last time they were both able to clear that inside lane. Now here comes the inside lane climbing their way back. Now double foul all the way back.
You know what? At home, if you haven't heard us, and this goes back clear back to Daytona or California, Vegas, and now here at Atlanta, that's the first time I've really heard somebody mention side draft. And this car and the design, the way the airflow works around it, there's just not a lot of air that blows out around this car. It basically eats it, forcing the air underneath of it. Not a lot of side draft.
It doesn't seem to be as powerful and strong, but it's still there. It still exists, but you're right, not as strong as it was.
Chase Elliott steaming around the outside. He's got Chris Buescher with him 3 wide.
Harvick had a huge run.
It's important for somebody to go with Chase Elliott right here, which is not going to happen because Ryan Blaney chose that inside or the middle lane.
He didn't need the help. He sucked right up to the outside lane. On the inside of his windshield.
Those guys learned quite a bit up here in the booth on Saturday.
You can see the glare
on Sunday.
Starting to get bad. You wait another 30, 40 laps here. That conversation, you'll be hearing him on the radio complaining. Glare is super bad. Listening.
Stage 2 winner to 14 to Kim Harvick. Lap cars. It's going to be free pass foul right here. Second all the way right there. Third. Fourth to fifth. Sixth. Seventh, eighth. Oh, 8 cars. 9 cars in the lead lap, boys.
Third 3, boom. You can see exactly the same situation that happened with the 8 of Tyler Reddick. The tire goes down. You can see the wheel digging into the racetrack, creating that streak.
Whenever, that's like the same thing to 2. Like
Kyle Larson got turned by
like
Christopher
Brad
Bell.
Keselowski back in 2013, I think it was, or 14. Then Daytona 500, 14, I think. And Dale Jr. won it, or that was it was a fall race. Anyway, he went into the wall. And then there's like a late contact. Same thing, lost control, spun out. So there was a late hit. Brad hit debris. He got turned, got pushed in there. So
he slowed down pretty early.
You heard him try to. He got on the gas and he was thinking he was going to get by them, but he couldn't because the 43 was right in his way.
Yeah, they all.
He saw him coming up.
All the momentum came right back up top.
And Austin Cindric, a victim.
Yeah, just got sent right into Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Eric Jones had woed up for Stenhouse coming up the track and was going to miss him, and he got tagged hard by Harvick.
Such a bummer. Stenhouse, big contact. Great camera work there. Just such a bummer for the 47. Stenhouse doing a great job up front there.
And as he was spinning, you saw that right rear tire flat yet once again.
So Larry, 8 laps to go in this stage. What do we do now?
Yeah, I think we're going to see the same thing we saw near the end of stage 1. If you're up there up front trying to get those stage points, maybe trying to get that one playoff point for winning the stage,
stay out.
If you're way on back on the lead lap, come get your tires and fuel now. Stay out at the end of stage 2.
The road not yet open, but some of the accident cars coming in and getting repairs. Track sweeper and wreckers out there. One bringing back Austin Cindric's car.
He's out of the car.
And suddenly the attrition rate has grown much higher. Boy, Ryan Blaney.
I'll tell you, Ryan's
really
going to win.
has work to do to get through there, and did.
Tell you, Ryan Blaney's going to win,
That was a
boys.
close call.
Very, very close.
That's who I'm going with today, Ryan
Listen,
Blaney.
on this style, this pack racing,
Woo, woo, woo.
you got to have some
Come on,
luck to
Blaney.
go along.
In the air, new to this team since last week.
Right, that didn't end there.
Oh no. And that's removing equipment, and the 20 will restart in the rear. Blaney's 4. Kyle Larson
Green.
on point ahead of Hamlin, Almirola, Elliott, and Briscoe.
surprised with the damage that Kyle Larson has on the front of his car. He didn't choose to go to the outside. We'll see how much that damage costs him in speed. But with a massive push with Chase Briscoe and his teammate Chase Elliott, both chases behind him, doesn't seem to matter right now. You can see how draggy his car is. I think that's affecting him.
I mean, heck, the front splitter's practically peeled off of that 5 car.
Two to go in the stage. The racing looks like we're in Daytona. The cars look like we're at Martinsville.
Chase Elliott giving his buddy a big push.
Don't get out too far, Brady. Oh! Into the wall, Larson behind him.
It's that damage, I guess.
It kind of goes back to what you're saying, Clint. There's so much drag in that 5 car. Pulling him back, I think Denny was just trying to push him. Almost the same situation as his teammate Kyle Busch pushing
through the
car
trial
earlier.
Literally the exact same situation. I agree with you. The dragginess of the 5 had him slowed down even more, creating that big push from the 11, turned him around.
They ain't under caution with Blaney winning.
Looks like Larson wants to drive
Got
that thing
damage.
away. Watch the 11 of Hamlin, the 5 of Larson.
So he gets locked onto him right here. When he gets to the right rear, just pushing. Finally gets down to the left rear. Yeah, he just...
Chase Elliott took a shot in the right door.
And I'm wondering if that would hurt that toe link that we talk about on the right rear, because it hit him pretty solid in the right rear.
Yeah, maybe he got the door.
Hopefully.
I think he got the door of the 9.
Hit.
I mean, we talked about pushing late in the stages.
That front tire, a lot of damage.
We were talking about how late in the stages you just can't push at the end of these races. And I think that's more than ever is the matter of Suarez gets through there clean. But Clint, I know that these guys are going to get aggressive at the end of the stages into this race, but you just can't push in the corners or off the exit of the corners these days. Or, I mean, at this track.
Watch Kyle Larson's hands through the windshield here.
I mean, I feel like the 11 was pushing him in the right spot. He was a little bit more to the right, but then as the car started to get sideways, shifted to the left. Once you get to that left rear bumper, you're around.
So this will end stage 2. Ryan Blaney gets his 2nd stage win of the season and the 22nd stage win of his NASCAR Cup Series career.
Chase Elliott with that 9 race car, just a little bit too loose with it right now. They've been using camera pictures from the outside of the racetrack to check on the damage on the door of that car from that last wreck. You see him having trouble getting the jack under it right now. And the 6 car, Brad Keselowski, quiet on the radio.
Right in front of him.
Still continuing to have a solid, steady, and clean run today, Jamie.
Ryan Blaney in the 12. He's a little tough when he was in traffic, but once he had that clean air, that car was good. Hooked up toward the 12. And look who's back. Chase Briscoe, last week's winner. Problems early in this race. Battled his way all the way to finish 3rd in that stage. His pit stop is complete in the number 1 box, Mike.
Here's the Ram race off pit road. William Byron picks up 5 spots.
Haley picks up 7.
Justin Haley.
Must have took 2 tires.
Plus 7. Joey Logano.
8.
Plus 8. Logano had been a lap down. Got the free pass, 1 caution to go.
Let's dial up state. Ryan Blaney's board up in the Fox Sports booth. Man, it sure seems hectic out there from this glass. I can't imagine what it's like from your windshield. Tell us what it's like. Tell us how you're going to win this race.
Yeah, it's definitely hectic. The runs you get are really, really big. It's hard to defend if you're the leader. And cars aren't handling very great either. You know, everyone's kind of banging on for dear life. So it's very different in Atlanta. So what we're used to do is going to win that stage with our body out of Ford Mustang. And hopefully we can just stay in it, stay in the fight, be there at the end. You never know what can happen to this thing.
All right, buddy. Thanks for your time.
won here last year.
Very, very strong, running up front where they needed to be. Fortunately, their days are done.
One of their teammates, Martin Truex, will restart on the front row alongside the Chevy of Daniel Suarez. Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, row 2. Greg Biffle in the top 5. As we get ready to restart, here they come to the Geico restart zone.
Yes, I got Bubba Wallace there with him too. Daniel Suarez out front. Fifth anniversary.
20 switch to the 23 half off you. Be ready to stay with them here. Stay with them. 23 is going to be on the 19. 1 off you.
It's Frank Kimmel, the spotter for the 99, the leader.
Shave whichever lane you want. Keep them all. 23's off.
Lawson is taking his car to the garage from damage with the crash with Hamlin. 5 cars single file out front.
And I just wonder, are these guys going to pay attention to what we've seen now happen twice off of turn 4? Guys locking bumpers, trying to push. You going to calm down a little bit here, Clint, to get to the end?
Well, you would think, but I mean,
He's just trying to help me get a run down the front, and just got to me in the corner, and I think got me loose. So I hate that happened, but he's just a kind of a product of this racing and product of pushing and trying to draft and just get your lane going. So I mean, nothing's intentional. Obviously, I wish we were out there, both of us racing, but the good thing is we have a win already. You know, 2 DNFs in a row isn't what we want, but our HinderCars.com Chevy's fast, so you were able to drive to the front a few different times and get a couple different wrecks. So I was happy with the car. The handling was off early, but we got it better, and I thought the speed was there to contend. So just move along and go have some fun on a road course.
Thanks, Kyle.
Jeff, you said it. You know, earlier, what was...
There's only been one Georgia driver win here in Atlanta. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Well, his son Chase Elliott is up front right now, and I think we're going to get a second Georgia winner. It's been a heck of a sports year for Georgia. Let's go, Chase Elliott.
I'm keeping my eye on the 20 of Christopher Bell. They've come from mid-pack today. They've overcome issues on pit road. It is Jackman, who's still in the infield care center, by the way, but they're keeping their focus, keeping it up there in the top 5. I'm keeping my eye on the 20.
Brian Blaney has been to the Luck Bank several times today. He must be Irish. St. Patty's Day and all that. No, he's really good on super speedways. Still think he's owed one after that Daytona 500. Maybe today. That's your Credit One Bank One's garage. You know how much mail we're going to get that you picked the Henry car?
He'll fill in for the remainder of this race.
Thanks, Jamie.
He was today,
Tony
being the
Stewart.
executive down there, but then a little injury.
What'd you do, Tony? Race or something? What happened, bub?
Looks okay. The left side tires that he was looking at right there don't seem to be an issue whatsoever. You've seen those guys get away with 2 tire stops and things like that. Would certainly be with 60 laps to go, be nervous.
More
You
driven.
get it? Because Richard Petty's driving the 43 car. There's 43 laps to go.
William Byron
Richard
has been
Petty laps
out
to go.
front in one.
And he doesn't want to pass him right now. Nobody really wants to pass him because they don't want to be in the lead. So if you're William Byron, you could actually taper it back and probably still maintain the lead.
Only 2 cars in the lead lap. That's second place come around, and here's coming around for a white flag. Here's coming around for the chicken truck. Here's third place lap down. Rest of 2 laps down. Wow. Just saluting their champion there. Race winner. Second place. Third place, which is a lap down. Crazy. 2 cars in the lead lap.
Beware was quickly on the radio and okay. So things pack up here behind Todd Gilliland. That yellow car scoots through, but there was just nowhere for Cody Ware to go. He got
Twice
turned.
instantly when the tires blow out. Right here, watch the tire blow out. Boom. Blow out.
Right tire threaded. I think it wasn't a right rear this time.
Man, make these tires
crashes today. We with an accident as the cause, and that will set a new record for Atlanta Motor Speedway, breaking a record that has stood for 60 years. While leading, Ross Chastain cuts down a right rear tire. He goes into the wall, but continues. He's still on the lead lap. Kyle Busch gets in the back of Austin Dillon here, turns him both into the wall. Both Dillon brothers out of the race in that one. William Byron wins stage 1. Tire failure. Order number 8 of Reddick. Everybody skips. How's that LaJoy car still running? All right, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson both out of the race in this crash. Ryan Blaney wins stage 2. So now, 2 caution flags later, William Byron in the lead. Jamie.
Race winner, second place. One is a lap down for third. Those are 2 laps down, 3 laps down.
We're good on fuel at this point, right?
Yeah.
4 laps down, and 5 laps down.
Excited to see how it goes.
Thank you.
Legend.
Simply pushing, and it could be too. These tires have got the air pressure built up. They've got quite a few laps on them, so the car's probably not quite as stable as they were. And then that aggressive pushing, you can see that hood flap.
But it isn't any more aggressive. Look on the outside line. The 12 had Bubba Wallace jacked up as well.
Louisville and Fireball Roberts captured the first checkered flag here over Cotton Owens. That's Bill Elliott on the bulldozer, reconfiguring the track into the quad oval that we've known since 1997. Bobby Labonte, the first winner. They got everything. They got their money's worth out of this asphalt, and they finally tore it up, reconfigured the track with a 28-degree banking to make this America's first mile-and-a-half super speedway, where the racing has been like Daytona and Talladega. And now with 14 laps to go, William Byron and Bubba Wallace square off on the front row. Ryan Blaney and Eric Jones with that damaged nose in row 2. Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez.
Well, Chase knows he needs to be in those top 2 or 3 cars if he's going to have a shot at winning this race.
18 cars in that lead draft back to Josh Bilicki. Eric Jones got shuffled, so did Dan.
7 gets stalled out, enabling the 12, the 1, the 9 to have massive runs on them coming to the line. Saw it last night, the Xfinity race.
Got 6 minutes left. We got plenty of time.
But does it have to be the last lap?
Yes, but I don't think Chase Elliott's going to give you that option. He's going for it.
Yeah, but I just think the runs are too big, Mike, for you to do it any sooner than the last lap. I think some guys are going to try before that, but I just don't think it's going to stick.
Yeah, Chase is really falling back.
He just didn't quite have as big of a runner. He had to check up a little bit as he tried to make that move and stalled him out.
Bubba Wallace's last 2 super speedway races, he has finished no worse than second. When does he back up to Ryan Blaney and make a run?
A little over 5 minutes left. We got plenty of time, baby.
That 24 spotter telling him he's backing up. Back up, manage that gap.
Well, I think they're telling.
Christopher Bell on the bottom, couldn't quite squeeze in there.
Wiggle them toes, man. Wiggle them toes.
That is Bubba's spotter.
Look at him stacking up on that outside lane. You also see him some of the side drafting get more aggressive as well.
He's actually working with Christopher Bell.
Coming. Here it comes.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Ross Chastain. That might have been William Byron's best friend.
And that sends Blaney backwards as Chastain comes up to 30. One lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Exactly what William Byron wants. Side by side behind him. But Wallace
and Blaney into the wall with Briscoe.
Here comes a run. The 1 to Ross Chastain. You're going to have to block.
Oh, below the white line there by Christopher.
He was forced down there.
Side by side. Perfect scenario for William Byron. There's going to be a massive run coming off this one car.
Byron, top to bottom, hugs that white line.
They got him.
Up and comes to to the line. He runs it as Busher, Haley have a hard crash into the wall. I believe that's Harrison Burton with them, at least 3 cars.
Rear axle broke or something.
Yeah, had that not happened, they wrecked right there. I really think he was the sit and duck. Perfect case scenario when those guys got side by side behind him.
Took the window net down. A couple of those guys took some big hits at the start-finish line.
Bubba ends up 9th. Justin Haley climbed out of his car after finishing 7th. But Charlotte, North Carolina's William Byron has scored his 3rd career win in his 149th NASCAR Cup Series start.
There's a man, Rick Hendrick.
Driver to win a Cup race in Atlanta, where his best previous finish was 8th. He is the 5th different driver to go to victory lane this season. The 3rd
in 5 races.
Hendrick Motorsports.
5 races.
He earned that one. He did. He's really been a superstar in these super speedways.
Watch
Just
out.
hasn't had it go his way at the end. I think in Daytona last year.
What a finish. Different drivers. The first team since...
That was fun. So you got a super speedway car, an intermediate setup. What was this day like in the end?
It was so different. You know, honestly, the last few laps there, just trying to manage the gap to Bubba and trying to not get too far out.
Maybe second. Yeah. What a day. That's the fight. That's the fight in Trackhouse. That's this Gen 7 car. Take a lick like that, blow a tire out of nowhere, leading, just cruising, blow a right rear, slam the wall. Thought our day was over. Our guys went underneath the car, got the tow closer, and we got the balance back where I could drive it. And this Chevy was fast. It was so fast. I mean, we were fighting with Will there at the beginning. It's so cool to race with, again, buddies. Like, I'm getting to race with my, I only have a few, but the last few weeks I've been able to race with my buddies. So, can't thank everybody at Trackhouse, the Moose.
Stay just going for it. He gets to the
What a
inside.
minute, man!
We had a big run.
And then you see Bubba gets really loose into turn 1. That out. Well, I think that's what Ross Chastain was talking about, whether or not Bell was forced below the white line or went below the white line to advance.
So he will be penalized to the tail end of the lead lap, and Ross Chastain will finish 2nd.
And that's where the contact happened with Chris Busher in the 99.
Ryan Blaney on board. I'm Randall. I love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
But to try to...
William Byron always gets confetti on the car. Hell yeah. Always confetti. Woo! I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah.